Today we will study the norma basalis, that is the base of the skull. In this you can do three parts: anterior part, middle part and the posterior part. The anteriorly, here you are able to see the palate part. This hard palate is made by palatine process of the maxillary bone on the anterior 2/3 and palatine bone on the posterior 1/3. In between these two palatine process, there is the interpalatine suture, and in between the two palatine bones, there is the palatine suture. Now, in between the palatine process and the palatine bone, here is the palato-maxillary suture. On the boundary of this palate, there are the alveolar sockets. In this, there are the teeth of the upper jaw. Now, on the lateral side, here you are able to see the greater palatine foramen here. Just behind the greater palatine foramen, here is the lesser palatine foramen. This is the posterior nasal spine. This is the posterior nasal spine. Now, below this, there is the vomer bone. This vomer bone divides the posterior part into posterior nares. These are the two posterior nares. On the lateral side, here there is the medial pterygoid plate and here is the lateral pterygoid plate. The muscles of mastication, that is the medial pterygoid muscle and the lateral pterygoid muscle, take origin from these two plates. These muscles help in mastication and are supplied by mandibular division of the trigeminal nerve. Now, here just onto the foot, you are able to see a scaphoid fossa. Here is the scaphoid fossa. On the either side, this is a boat-shaped structure. This is the scaphoid fossa. Just behind the scaphoid fossa, here is the foramen ovale. And just behind the foramen ovale, here is the foramen spinosum. Now we will see the middle part of the norma basalis. It is made by the body of the sphenoid bone. On the body of the sphenoid bone, here is the pharyngeal tubercle, which gives origin to the muscles of the pharynx. On the either side, here is the foramen lacerum. Okay. Now, here this is the petrous temporal bone. Now, here you are able to see the carotid canal. Through this carotid canal, the internal carotid artery enters the skull and supplies the brain. Now, just behind here is the jugular foramen. Through this jugular foramen, the three cranial nerves, that is the 9th, 10th and 11th, they pass through this jugular foramen. The 9th cranial nerve is the glossopharyngeal nerve, then the 10th is the vagus nerve, and 11th is the accessory nerve. So these nerves pass through this jugular fossa. Now here you are able to see the condylar fossa. This condylar fossa articulates with the condylar process of the mandible. This is the condylar process of the mandible. It articulates and forms the temporomandibular joint like this. This is the temporomandibular joint. Now, on the posterior side of this sphenoid bone, these are the occipital condyles. They will articulate with the first cervical vertebra, that is the atlas, and form the occipito-atlanto joint. Just in front of these occipital condyles, here is the hypoglossal canal. Through this hypoglossal canal, the hypoglossal nerve, that is the 12th cranial nerve, exit and supplies the muscles of the tongue. Here is the tongue. So it will supply the muscles of the tongue. Now, just behind this occipital condyle, here is the condylar canal. Now, on the either side, here you are able to see the mastoid process of the temporal bone. This is the mastoid process. This is also the mastoid process. There are the mastoid air cells. You can see this is the skull bones are the pneumatic bones. So there are the air filled cavities inside this bone. Now in front of this mastoid process, here is the styloid process. In this, it has been damaged. In between the styloid process and the mastoid process, here is the stylomastoid foramen. Through this stylomastoid foramen, the seventh cranial nerve, that is the facial nerve, takes exit from the skull and supplies the facial muscles. So this was all about the three parts of the norma basalis. Behind this is the occipital bone. Now here is the external occipital protuberance here. Now on the either side of this external occipital protuberance there are the knuckle lines. From these knuckle lines the trapezius muscle, that is the muscle which is present on the posterior side of the neck, takes origin. So this was all about the norma basalis. Thank you.